नमस्ते, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। I am JVN Dr. Anamika Aherwal, Associate Professor in the Department of Science and Technology at Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today, I am going to take the lecture on the subject Open Source Technology, and today's session is Perform User and Group Administration. The topics to be covered in this lecture are introduction, adding user accounts, understanding etc password, understanding etc group, Linux file permissions, accessing the root account and using sudo PAM, that is pluggable authentication modules. Now come to the introduction part. Since we all know about that Unix is a multi-user operating system. Okay, so multiple user means the multiple users use at a time that operating system. So we call it as a multiple user or multi-user. Okay, so for this multi-user operating system you need to know how to perform effective user management, because the number of users are using at a time that operating system, then it is up to you how to manage that, because if you manage properly and efficiently, then you can give better performance in that, because in a limited time you can do very well. Okay, so without management it is not possible, so you need to manage it. Okay, so in this, how to add, edit, suspend or delete user accounts, along with granting them the necessary permissions to do their assigned task. Now, adding user accounts. To add a new user account, you can run either of the following two commands as root. Of course, everything starts from root. Okay, in Linux. So in this, add user add users new account, or hash user add new account. Now, when a new user account is added to the system, right? So you have to perform the following operations. And what are those operations? These operations are: first, his or her home directory is created, like dash slash home slash username by default. Okay. So the second is, the following hidden files are copied into the user's home directory and will be used to provide environment variables for his her user session. And what are those sessions? Those sessions are .bash underscore logout, .bash underscore profile, .bash rc. Okay, means I am giving an example. If you create account of your Gmail, then you have the permission to sign in, sign out, delete your account, or delete your mails, access your mails, forward your mails. So this is what you got those permissions, and after adding the account. So same for here, .bash logout on profile and .bash rc. So the main spool is created for the user at where spool mail username, and the group name is created and given the same name as the new user account. Now, understanding etc password. Okay, the full account information is stored in the etc password file, as I previously told in my previous videos, that etc password is for the file, currently working file. Okay, so this file contains a record per system user account and has the following format. Fields are delimited by a colon. Like in C or other languages, there is a syntax through which we can we can create your method, we can do accordingly, because every language has a syntax. Same for here, like username colon x, uid, gid, comment, home directory and default shell. Okay, so in the square braces you have to mention that which is required. Okay, so first username and comment are self-explanatory itself, as the name suggests that username is what, the name of the user who is using, and the comment is what, the comment you are showing or you are giving. Second is x. X is the second field, indicates that the account is protected by a shadow password in etc shadow, which is needed to log on as username. Right? So, if I am stored this information through somewhere, like if we are talking about Flipkart and Amazon, so what it did, this files, of course, if you have account on Amazon, then if you want to purchase something from online, then you need to log on, you need to protect your account. Okay, so for this you have to use etc shadow, which is needed to log on as username. Okay, so you cannot mention your another or wrong address, so that when your parcel comes, then it is not on the proper hands, so you miss that parcel. Okay, so the uid and gid fields are integers that represent the user identification and the primary ground identification to which username belongs effectively. Right? So the home directory indicates the absolute path to username, or you can say user's name, home directory, and so of course there is a home directory in everything, from where we can manage each and everything. Okay, so the default shell is the shell that will be made available to this user when he or she logins the system. Right? So the group information, which is stored in etc groups. So each record has the following format. Okay, like group name, group password, gid and gid member. Okay, if group name is the name of the, of course, group, and you have to mention in the this column, group name columns. Okay, so the and x is a group password, indicates group password as not being used. Okay, so gid is what, same as in etc password, and group members, a comma separated list of users who are members of group name. Now accessing the root account and using sudo. One of the ways users can gain access to the root account is by typing $su. Okay, so and then entering root's password. If authentication process succeeds, you will be logged on as root with the current working directory as the same as you were before. If you want to be placed in root's home directory, instead run $su and then of course enter the root's password. Now see here in this slide. So in this accessing the root access and using sudo means the above procedure requires that the normal user knows root's password which possesses a serious security risk. Means you see here in this screen this PWD and SU, and again the root password is asking, he give the root password, and this equals to exit is like this, and password and login. So the above, that's why we call it as the above procedure, that is normal user knows root's password, which possesses serial security risk, right? So PAM is the pluggable authentication modules. This offers the flexibility of setting a specific authentication scheme on a per application and slash or per service basis using modules. So this tool present on all modern Linux distributions overcame the problem often faced by developers in the early days of Linux, when each program that requires authentication had to be compiled, especially to know how to get the necessary information. So PLAM is basically what it offers the flexibility basically. Okay, if the system is flexible, then it is more easier to do work, okay, in this system. So this is all about this today's session, and this is a question for practice. Which command is used to record a user login session in a file? Explain. Thank you.